So last night was the second Super Tuesday that we've had. Let's get to some of the results. On the Republican side, Donald Trump winded up being the biggest winner. He won 3 out of the 4 states. He won Michigan, Mississippi, and he won Hawaii as well. Ted Cruz ended up winning Idaho. In Michigan, Trump came in second. Cruz followed him. Same way in Michigan, Cruz ended up being second place. Idaho, that flip-flop, Cruz won. Trump was in second place. Same way in Hawaii. Trump won, Cruz second place. Kasich had a pretty strong showing in Michigan, showed some life. And for a little while, it looked like he could actually win. Mm-hmm. But as more of the numbers came in, he took second place. He was just a bit above Ted Cruz in Michigan. I feel like I'm leaving somebody out.
What happened? What happened to Rubio?
Rubio. Rubio did horrible.
So Kasich is doing better than Rubio.
Kasich is now.
What's funny is I think the establishment has given up on Rubio. I think they're pushing they're putting all their attention on Cruz because a dude at my job, who was supporting Rubio, guess who he's supporting now?
Who?
Cruz.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's what the establishment is going to put their energy into Cruz because Rubio is mucking up. Rubio is not looking good right now.
The interesting thing is, in looking at these numbers, I'm wondering if Rubio ever even had a base. Did he even actually have a base of Republicans?
Because because his percentages really haven't gone up or down this entire campaign.
No, not at all. It's look. So next week is the Florida primaries, and he's definitely going to stick around till then. Right now, he's polling behind Donald Trump.
You think that will be the linchpin in his campaign?
Oh yeah. If Marco Rubio does not win in Florida,
you call it quits.
It's all over. It's all over, and I guarantee he will get out. He will get out after that. There's even I've seen reports saying they want him to get out now. Even people in his own campaign, people close to him, want him to get out now because they think that he is damaging
Cruz.
his further political aspirations, his own career. They think that he's jeopardizing his own future by staying in the race. Because this is the thing: if he stays in for Florida and he loses to Trump, that now Trump has the right to tell how many jokes about you. How many jokes are we gonna hear from Donald Trump? You can't even win in your own state, little boy. It's so look, he this is for his political life.
If he drops out, what do you think?
That support will go?
Yeah.
Oh, it'll definitely go to John Kasich.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely go to John Kasich. Yeah, because we have to look because Ohio is on the same day as well.
That's right. So John Kasich will most likely get that.
Yeah. He's polling. Well, Trump is polling ahead of Kasich in Ohio as well. But
what's the margin?
I don't know what the margin is.
Okay.
But I think Kasich has a better chance at winning Ohio than Rubio does at winning Florida. So we'll have to all see how this plays out. But it looks right now that Rubio is on his last legs, while Trump's campaign continues to gain strength. And it just depends on what happens in Ohio, I think. But it really does look like Cruz could be the only one that could stop him. And I'm not sure that's a good thing. But anyway, so on the Democratic side, in Mississippi, Clinton, just like predicted, she crushed Bernie Sanders. It was one of the last, deep South states left. She got about 82% of the vote, and Sanders got about 16% of the vote. So he did, meet the viability, mark of 15%. So he's going to get at least a delegate or two. But like I say, she crushed him. But in Michigan, where polls had Clinton up by 20, over 20, 538.com had the probability of Clinton winning Michigan at over 99.9%. And Bernie Sanders beat her.
See, that's why you can't always trust polls.
Nah. It's astonishing that these polls were that wrong. Now, these pundits, all the pundits, like, they're besides themselves. They don't know what's going on. Bernie ended up getting the win in Michigan. And now they're saying, like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with Hillary Clinton's campaign? Is this indicative of what's about to come? Because let's look at the future landscape here, okay? The southern states are just about done. Mm-hmm. We have Florida and we have North Carolina left, and that's coming next week. Now, North Carolina isn't really like a deep, politically, it isn't like a deep South state like South Carolina is, and Louisiana and Mississippi and things like that. Florida is definitely not a deep South state like that. We don't know what to expect.
The demographics are not the same.
No, because especially in Florida, you have so many people that have come from the North, the West. I mean, Florida is, it's like its own state.
Got a lot of Hispanics.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting what that ends up looking like. Now, I do expect Hillary to take both states, North Carolina and Florida, but I don't think it's going to be like these wide margins you saw here in Mississippi last night. But so after that, everything else is Northern, Midwest, West. That plays to Bernie Sanders' advantages.
Yo, I think, her home look, it's like she had home court advantage in the South.
Yep, from the beginning.
You know what I'm saying? So she's about to go on the road now. She's about to go on a road trip.
Yeah, and all these other states, except for the South, have been very close. Now, she won Massachusetts by a very slim margin. Yeah. She won Iowa by a very slim margin. And she won Nevada by, a bigger margin, but it was still, I believe it was about 4 or 5 percentage points. Now, everywhere else, it was called Colorado. Bernie scored a big win. Minnesota, he scored a big win. Maine, he scored a big win. New Hampshire, and then in Michigan now, Bernie beats all odds, and he actually beats her. So what she was counting on was the black vote again. But see, the black vote up north ain't the black vote down south. That's what she didn't understand. That's what the pundits didn't understand either. Now, she did end up capturing the black vote, but she didn't even get 2/3 of the black vote. So that's a big difference in what we're seeing in the South. Wayne County, where Detroit is, that's where she was like, okay, that's my stronghold. She won Wayne County 60% to Sanders 38%. That ain't gonna cut it.
No.
She needed to win that by 70% or something like that to actually win Michigan.
Yeah, because they're, even though she got a high percentage, that block still represents a small percentage of the entire voting public of Michigan.
Mm-hmm. So look, the game is on. Everybody that counted him out, everybody that was calling for him to exit and thinking like, oh well, he's just still in it because he wants a good speaking slot at the convention. Bullshit. No, Bernie Sanders is in it to win. And like I said, the future landscape, all the states that are left, he actually has a very good chance at winning those states.
He's not like some sort of stand-in.
Nah.
He's not like a placeholder.
Nah. And we all know by now, he raises money better than anybody else in this race, including Hillary Clinton. So he's going to have enough money to reach the convention.
And if these next states go as planned, then trouble. And the amount of money he raises is going to go up.
Yep. And the Clinton machine, I'm telling you, it's in trouble. So, like we said before.
And they're trying to make it look like it's not in trouble.
Revolution continues.